What Crowns comes from is student ministry. We came from youth ministry, and we're all still in youth ministry. Every member of the band works in our youth groups at home. We travel mainly Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we're leading worship in our church on Sunday. There through the week, on staff, loving on teenagers and their families, and so these songs come from what we're teaching. So what I thought was, we'll go around real quick and tell you a real quick story of how Crowns happened. So we're going to start with my good friend, Mr. Jawan. Say, Jawan.
That's Mr. Jawan. So I need some respect somewhere in my life. So just call me Mr. My name is Jawan DeVivo. I play guitar, and I just want to tell you guys definitely where we came from. I'm starting off because I was in Daytona Beach, Florida many years ago. I'd only been playing guitar for maybe like a year or 2 or 3 years. Well, we'll say a couple of months. I've only been playing guitar for a couple of months. And they asked me to play for the youth group there. And you know, when the church finds out you have a talent, they end up asking you to do things. And you see what can happen when you give your talents to the church, right here. This is where I ended up. So use your talents for the church. That's all I'm asking. I didn't have to pay that. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing guitar. I didn't know I could do that for Jesus, so I started doing it for the youth group, and started dating the worship pastor's daughter, who's now Melody DeVivo on the violin. So make her feel welcome tonight. So I didn't know what I was doing there either. Somehow she conned her into liking me and eventually marrying me. Anyway, we didn't have a youth pastor for probably about 2 years, and the adult leaders were doing a great job, but we had youth pastors come in and do, you know, guest speak there, and then Mark was one of them. He came in and spoke, and I just knew the way he connected with them and the way that God spoke to him. I was like, God, this is our guy. We need this guy to teach our youth. And so he came on to be the youth pastor, and I was leading worship, and he said, you know, I write some songs and I sing a little bit. Is it cool if I sing with you guys? I was like, okay, fine. I'll let you sing with us. That turned out to be a good decision. I think it worked out for us. So, also in our youth group at the time, we didn't know what kind of talent he had, because he was the youth group DJ, keeping us you know, on top of all the good Christian music, and he was helping out with sound and stuff. Back here on bass guitar with us now is Chris Huffman. Please make him feel welcome. That's who all were down there in Daytona, and we have collected, our video production team has put together a little video, and do you guys want to see archive footage when we were young and baby face?
It's a pretty scaled down tour. We don't have all the big video capabilities like we have.
We just need a big screen from somewhere. Can we get one set up? Or? Oh, look at that! There's a screen. How about that? Here's a video, y'all.
Like I started breathing on the night we kissed, when I can't remember what I ever did before. What will we do, baby, without us? What will we do, baby, without us? And there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through. What will we do, baby? Without us, what will we do, baby? Without us, what will we do, baby? Without us, and there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through. What will we do, baby? Without us, sha-la-la-la.
That new guy is with us tonight, Mr. Josh Mix on guitar. Please make him feel welcome. So, at Daytona Beach, we had a really close, tight-knit group, and God, in the middle of that, called Mark to be a youth pastor in Atlanta. And so we had in our minds, we wanted to start making what we were doing in our youth groups and our theme nights, everything available to youth pastors for free to download and use with their teenagers. So with that and with the music and just how close we were, it didn't seem like God was pulling us apart. It seemed like He was moving all of us. So we really dedicated a lot of prayer, and because a lot of us had roots there and some of us had jobs. And so we got on our face, and I remember being at Mark's house and just praying for hours, trying to make sure this is what God wants us to do. So we took a step of faith, and it was cool to see God show Himself through that, because some of us that didn't have jobs had jobs when we got there. Some of us didn't have a place to live, had one when we got there. So we relocated to Eagles Landing First Baptist Church in McDonough, Georgia, which some of us are still there today. That was many, many years ago. And we walked into the door and saw Megan Garrett playing guitar, leading worship for the teenagers. So y'all make her feel welcome tonight.
Hey y'all. As John said, these guys moved up to Atlanta to the church that I grew up in, Eagles Landing First Baptist Church, and I was raised through the student ministry there, and at the time I was a college kid. And we were going through a season where we didn't have a youth pastor, which can be pretty tough for the kids and for adult workers. So I was doing everything I could with my 4 chords that I knew on guitar, just chugging away, trying to lead some worship and keep the kids there and engaged. And Mark was called to be the youth pastor up there, and these guys came in, and I knew that they were all musicians and they were coming in, so I was kind of prepared to just kind of step back and say, here you go, you know, y'all take over from here, and which I was totally fine with. But they so graciously allowed me to be a part of what they were doing.
Allowed her to be a part. Turns out she sings a little. You may not have noticed. Yeah.
But so we started singing together. I kind of joined in with what they were doing and learned how to play piano for the first time. And we recorded a CD and just to give out to our students, and started playing Disciple Nows and traveling around just a little bit. And one day we got a pretty awesome phone call.
So a lot of people ask us, how do you get that whole record contract thing? Well, here's our map. We give you a plan on the follow here. We're basically just doing our thing, and we made a CD for our youth group. College kid gets a hold of the CD, goes off to basketball camp, and meets a guy named Mark Miller. Mark Miller sings for a country group called Sawyer Brown, been around for many years, out in the country music world, and he's also a believer. So they're talking up on the side of the basketball court, and my college kid says, oh, you sing? Well, you need to hear my youth pastor. So he's digging through his backpack, and so Mark Miller's standing there like he has probably 150 times while somebody gives him a CD. He's like, you know? And he finally finds it, gives it to him. Mark takes it with him and ends up going on vacation with his good friend, Stephen Curtis Chapman, and their family. So they're at the beach, and they pull the CD out and are listening to it. And Mark says, you need to hear this song I just heard recently. It was called If We Are the Body. And they called us from the beach. That's our plan on how to get this started. So they asked us if we wanted to be their first band on a label, and we told them, well, if we can stay youth workers, we might do it. And they said we could, so we did. So this is what we do. We travel mainly Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through Wednesday we pour into the church, and that's where our songs come from. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.